This episode of Hobie is sponsored by HoJeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 533. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim. I'm Brian.
And Blake's ignoring us, even though he's here.
Blake is here this week. Hello, Blake.
Hello.
Hey! Blake, I like how you're double fisting the mics over there.
I'm speaking into two balls.
Yes, you are.
Only one is armed, but I'm not sure which one.
Only one is on, though.
We don't know which one, though, do we? It's probably the one that he breaks usually every time he moves it. The one with the arm.
Let me scratch one.
Yep,
It's that one.
It's that one.
It's not the right ball?
Well, we hear them both.
We hear them both.
It's the left ball?
The mics are right next to each other. Stop it. Yeah. Okay, anyways, moving on.
It's the left ball.
The left ball.
Yeah, it's always the left ball.
Just starting this off, Blake, you missed out the last 2 weeks. We had Fruity Pebbles cheesecake 2 weeks in a row.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
That's my luck. I don't expect anything less.
She didn't bring it this week because 2 weeks in a row is enough.
It's too much.
It is.
It really is.
Too much goodness.
Because I didn't cancel ahead of time.
That's right. She was all set for you. Ms. Marbles, try Canadian of the Year.
Try.
It's been quiet from the Canadians
So
of the
does
year.
that mean they're all 1/3?
Yes.
Not
yes.
100%?
Nope. 1/3. Or maybe they're all 100%.
No, they're all 100%. It's kind of like the Holy Trinity. In
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost?
They are all part of, they're all 100% of the whole.
Gotcha. So they're 300%.
So they're 300%.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Just making sure. How's Dr. Dana been?
Doing well.
Okay.
Business has been great at work for her. So
Okay.
So that means a lot of sick people.
That's why you alluded to not really hearing from her much.
Yeah. We miss her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She'll be at the Super Cincy Expo, though.
She will be. Friday and Saturday.
Okay. April 5th and 7th. April 5th through the 7th.
Even the 6th.
We'll
be there even on the 6th, guys.
Yeah. 6 to 10 p.m. on Friday, which I did not realize.
I didn't have to take off work that day for that.
Well, you got to set up the booth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We'll have a booth right next to the main stage on the floor, people. Come see us in the Sharonville Convention Center. Friday night, we'll be playing games up on the main stage the whole night. So please come see us.
Twister, usually, I think.
Scrabble.
Who's in my mouth?
Wow. What are we doing here? Anyways, April 5th through the 7th.
Naming games is what we were doing.
Okay. Any other games we could think of? Life. How about Life, Jeff?
No, that's a piece of shit game.
What about Life, the new version?
It doesn't matter. Whatever they try to do, it's not going to make it any better.
No version of Life has worked out well.
What we're going to do is
I live life. I don't play it.
we're going to do like the Critical Role, their panels, and we're going to have our own D&D session on
That
stage.
would be amazing.
Yes.
Lee Iacocca, Stagecoach Entrepreneur, is coming out. Here he comes. Here I go.
I could do Mad Libs.
While we're playing D&D.
No, like I could just have like a 30-minute block of just Mad Libs.
Okay, I need somebody to give me an adverb.
Third row back on the left.
Pet. No, that's a verb. Or a noun.
I guess I would have to get a thesaurus too.
Yes.
All right, I guess.
Thesaurus.
You could be a scribe in D&D, though, since you're like the Mad Libs
No.
guy.
No.
I mean, I'm just,
No.
hello. Hold on.
No. No.
He'd be a druid, actually.
Why a druid?
He deals with all the animals.
Yeah.
Oh, do druids deal with
He'd have
animals?
a pet dog.
Oh, okay.
Boop.
Okay. I was just wondering. Yeah.
That would be his name too, Booper.
Oh, I like that.
Jason, we'd make you play a walking tree.
Awesome.
We'd make an exception.
Oh.
And make it a class just for you.
He's a treant.
That's right.
Is there no Trents or Treants in the game?
Ent.
Ent? Is there no Ents in the game?
Oh, there are.
Okay.
Well, technically there aren't Ents because that's a copyrighted word from
Lord of the Rings?
From Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
So
What
have
are they
the
called in D&D?
Treants.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Tree ent.
What
Trent.
not
what
very
I
creative.
just said before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, you just
I'm-
never listen to Jim.
I'm here.
I didn't.
Jim's here. He's
Jim.
been here.
Hey, Jim.
I've been here almost all year.
I know. Blake's above 500 now. So, getting there, Blake.
No, I'll have to
I know
miss
you're at
next
500.
week. I'm sorry. I have to miss next week. my batting average is too high.
If you show up twice, that's called a streak. Anyways, what's up?
Well, we got something to try here.
We've got all kinds of things to try this week.
But what we're going to do first, we haven't brought him out in a while.
Okay.
It's this final boss sours, the cranberries, the craisins.
We're going to actually do a live stream of this on our Facebook page.
These are the level
Level
2.
We did level 1, and we didn't. They were actually pretty good.
They were ocean spray craisins. Is what I.
They were a little
tartness. Sour
a little
than that.
tartness.
Yeah, so they left them out in the sun a little too long.
So, yeah, final boss, level 2. You said there's a total of 3 levels, Jeff?
As far as I know.
Yes, there are 3 levels.
They might be working on a 4th, but from what I can tell on the 2nd level, this is something.
Brian, how you doing down there?
Oh, that's rough.
How many did you put in?
Oh, like 8.
Okay.
So 8 is the going rate that we have to put in.
Why are they salty? And why?
All right. I'm going that many.
Oh, God!
Here we go.
Oh, God!
It's so much salt.
There is salt.
It's not good! What are we doing salt for?
There's zero sodium in the.
There is a very
Nutrition
salt
facts on the
flavor
back.
to that.
Or
Oh.
is it sugar?
No, it's salt.
Sea salt? Jim, how you doing over there?
No, that is sugar.
Yeah. Is it sugar?
There is 0 sodium in
There goes
these.
my diabetes.
It tastes like salt.
It does taste like salt. 90 calories. Hey, no fat. So that's good.
22 grams of sugar.
Oh, my God.
That's really not that much.
I ate 3, and it wasn't overwhelming.
Try 8.
It's less than a Coca-Cola.
There you go. I mean, look at this piece. Jeff, look at that.
Yes.
Pure sugar on it.
No, it's not pure sugar. I mean, it's less sweet than most sweets.
Okay, here we go. 7 more. Oh. How you doing down there, Brian?
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone.
Brian?
1 or 2 at a time is all right. That whole big thing where 8 or 10.
Okay, here's about 9.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh. That is rough.
You tasting salt on that there, Jim? Because when there was a whole bunch of them,
Jim doesn't seem as bad.
it very well felt salt forward.
Jim, how you doing over there? Uh-huh.
Oh,
They're not great.
makes my water taste bad.
That's because I threw 6 in there.
No, it's just the Indiana water that you're drinking.
It's not
But
Indiana.
it's filtered.
It's well.
There's no
water.
artificial ingredients. Uses real fruit, high in antioxidants.
Oh, well, that's
so
good.
it's healthy. And Epic Sour.
Oh my god!
It's the combination citric and malic acid.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Jason.
Oh god.
Now it's actually pretty good.
No.
So
The best part is, Brian, you got Peeps after this.
God, and they're sour.
Yeah.
Must be the sunflower oil.
Yeah, we need to let these rest so next thing we eat.
That
These are great. I like them.
Really?
I am.
Did you eat 10 at a time yet?
I've had about 5 at most of the time.
Jim, why are you not... Do you just have a stronger threshold than us? Maybe we're just wusses.
There's so many in here.
I know, they keep coming out. That doesn't sound right.
I mean, there is an initial hit right away, but I don't have to go,
No, see, it hit me really
but
hard.
I did have to do.
I did. I apologize, but I had to do that because that's what it made me feel like doing.
After your endorphins kick in,
Oh.
it's just like a hot sauce. It's pretty good.
Oh, God.
I hate hot sauces too.
Oh, shit.
No.
well, let's see how this goes.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
I mean, that's one way to get them done with.
Oh. That was rough. Oh. I think level 1's tasted better because you didn't have as much sugar on them.
It's not sugar. It's malic acid.
Whatever. You didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. Doing half a bag.
You did half a bag?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it does make the water not taste as good, Jeff.
Eventually, it'll come back.
Oh, my God. Why is my lemon water not tasting like lemon?
It doesn't.
That's even more sour than your lemon.
Yeah.
Yes, it.
Following these up with a Mountain Dew is also very bad.
Bad idea.
Well-
does it taste like Mountain Dew?
Following anything up with Mountain Dew is
Well,
pretty bad. But
Mountain Dew Zero.
Is it blue?
Okay, now they're not bad.
After you swallow them?
No.
Oh, after you get through that? Oh.
Yeah, because your taste buds have been singed off.
I hope it doesn't ruin the Peeps.
Oh, I hope it does.
You're a big Peeps fan, aren't you, Brian?
The biggest.
Biggest. Yep.
The biggest peep, you might say.
Yes.
Now we've got like
3 different flavors.
flavors. Are we going to divide these up for?
Yeah, we
weeks,
don't have to
or
do
are we
them
just
all.
doing them all tonight?
No, we don't have to
Save some for the Lord.
Because we're definitely doing these Mike and Ike Peep Pops.
We can do that in a little bit. Let's take
Oh yeah, we need to.
Let's actually get into the show.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Oh yeah, well, what does everyone watch this week?
My blood pressure.
I just watched my boy Joe Manganiello
So hot.
doing his new game show, Deal or No Deal Island.
How is it?
It's pretty bad.
I'll watch it.
What? Put that on the poster. I'll watch it. So they're on an island.
Yep.
Do they have to do like games to?
They got physical challenges and things, games that they do to win money to add to their cases.
Okay.
And then it ends with the game of deal. The bottom 2 people who in the challenge can do or put up, and the person who won the challenge decides who goes into the deal or no deal.
Gotcha.
And then they do a round of deal or no deal, and if you make a good deal, you stay in the game. If you make a bad deal, you're kicked out.
Okay. Do they still have the banker?
Yep. He's on his yacht.
He's on a yacht.
outside the island.
I want that job.
There's a helipad on the yacht, there's a helicopter. So
I'm on a yacht.
My guess is the banker's going to be Harry Mandel.
Oh, that'd be clever. Are they going to reveal the banker?
They showed that they.
I think in the coming up or what's going to
Okay.
happen this season, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Gotcha. But you were now a fan, Jeff?
I mean, it was still deal or no deal at the end.
Yeah.
Like the first episode, it was like it actually felt like Deal or No Deal light because it's like, okay, we're going to make you a deal, and the deal we give you, if you take a deal that is better than the amount of money in your case, then you win. If you don't, then you lose. But of course, the case is going to be the deal is going to be right in the middle of
Correct.
the things that are left. And
All right, two things. One, if Howie's the banker, they should give him no speaking role. He should just stand there in a dress in a suitcase. And anytime they say how much money it is, he just opens up the suitcase, and whatever money's in there, that's what he get.
One of the contestants is Claudia, one of the Deal or No Deal models.
Aha.
Deal or No
And
Deal.
then, as far as like no deal, did that include his Dragonlance fall through?
Poor Joe.
Dragonlance series that he and
You don't win
Weiss
any
and
money,
Hickman were
but
going to
you-
do?
You
That
don't
fell
win-
through because Wizards of the Coast are dumbasses.
You don't get a briefcase full of money. You get a briefcase of the rights to Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Oh no, it's fake.
Damn
It's
it.
bounced.
I was watching Deal or No Deal came on the other day on Game Show Network. And it was just on in the background when I was working. And it's still creepy 20 years later having the models all say, "Hi, Howie." It's a little creepy. And then I always liked that show because
Meghan Markle was on it.
I was going to say,
Well,
you bring back Megan?
she was a model.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah.
But it's always funny
Your
because
favorite person in the world, and you didn't even realize that
When
what
the-
she did.
When the people tried to shake Howie's hand and he had to do the fist bump.
Yeah, he did the fist bump.
Or put on a glove?
The first season, he did handshakes.
Over his
After
face.
Yeah.
But it's always funny because, like, the one episode I watched, this is 20 years ago, it's from, and it's like they offered him, $177,000, and the guy's like, "That's almost 8 times what I make in a year," and it's like,
No deal.
no deal. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you?
That sounds like a deal to me.
Yeah. And he ended up with 70,000. Eventually, was his final take home. And he's like, "Well, that's about 3 times or 4 times more than I make." And I'm like, "What are you doing?
You could have had
170,000
$100,000 more.
Yes. And it wasn't even like the odds were great at that point with him in terms of like the briefcases left.
Yeah, it wasn't like the million or
Correct. Million was gone.
or 50.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
He's in 6 digits.
Yeah.
Go for it.
As soon as it got to 6 digits, I'm out. I feel like
Don't tell them that, though, ahead of time.
No. I always feel like whenever I'm watching it, and it's like, okay, second round, $103,000. You got some family here. I'm done. Deal. Like that's
You got
exactly
some family here. Do you want to talk to them? Nope, I've already made my decision.
Deal. Oh, but that's not how it's supposed to work. Nope, deal.
But we've got 45 minutes left to fill.
And we brought your whole podcast group here. Too late. We're all leaving. You all made the team, except for you, and you.
And you and you.
And you.
So I think we should go on the Traders, Jason.
Okay.
Because on Traders UK, there is a boyfriend-girlfriend on who don't tell anybody.
Oh, so you want to be like boyfriend, don't tell anyone?
We'll just be good friends.
Oh, okay. I guess that could work too.
Oh, I thought it was Traitor UK.
No,
It is.
Is it Traitor?
As in some-
Traitor?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
If you were here the last couple weeks, you would know this is a great show on Netflix.
Oh, shit.
On Peacock.
Peacock.
You need to watch it. It's on the U.S. version. It's really fun. You guys all caught up on it?
Yes.
Season finale this week.
Watch the most recent one earlier today.
Very happy they got rid of that
These are
person.
jelly beans.
She was frustrating. She annoyed me at the end.
So what's the concept? You betray everybody?
It's like Among Us, and Werewolf, the game. Basically, there's a couple traders. Nobody knows it. They murder someone at night to kick them out. Everyone else has to find information and banishes who they think is a traitor.
So what do you do with all the fur pelts
They put it up in Alan Cummings' room.
and jerky?
Yeah, they put it in Alan Cummings'
Oh,
room.
okay, cool.
So, my oldest son was really happy because Alan Cumming had a dog this year. So he was like, oh, boop, you could boop it.
I'll let you know, eating the Jolly Rancher jelly hearts, which are like jelly beans in the shape of hearts, after the craisins, it actually helps.
Can I try some of those?
Then pass the
Yeah, those are
Jolly
delightful.
Rancher jelly beans.
Jolly Rancher Jelly Hearts, cherry, strawberry, and watermelon. Not all.
So
at
the
once.
red flavors.
There you go.
I'm usually a Starburst jelly bean fan, but
Love Starburst jelly beans.
this could be the play this year.
The ones I had this week, I had the Sour Patch Kids jelly beans.
How were those?
Those were good.
Pretty good. Brian, did you watch anything?
I did.
What'd you watch?
I finally finished Oppenheimer.
Oh, did you fall asleep?
I did not.
Okay, and
That movie is going to be awesome when I sit down and watch it all the way through.
do you remember what happened in the first hour?
First hour?
Yeah.
Not by the third hour.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I kind of remember because, like, they go back, like, there's flashbacks to different stuff, but watching it in 3 parts, definitely I don't recommend. Like we said last week, the subject matter of that film needs to be consumed at once. But yeah, I mean,
Did you watch the Octopus Murders?
I started it. I think I'm on episode 4 at this point.
That is 4 is actually the last episode, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That is or 5. That is a crazy mixed up story. Basically, it's this investigative journalist in 1990. He was murdered, but he was actually a pretty well-known writer and like not just like a conspiracy theorist guy. He was far from it, but he went down a rabbit hole of what the government was. He thought he uncovered, and basically it was when there was hostages in Iran under Jimmy Carter. Basically, he said, well, he couldn't connect the dots completely, but it was implied that Reagan basically paid $40 million to Iran to keep the hostages until after the election. And that's why the hostages were freed, 12 hours after the election when Reagan got it. So then it started going down like a rabbit hole of like other conspiracies, like it would connect to the Iran-Contra.
Yeah, all these different things that have happened, like there's always something that like
connects
them.
And then people that found out about it, there would be murders, and then like they would get killed, and some of it you're like, it can't all be connected because, right. And then basically his whole thing is that there's 8 people that were in charge of it.
Hence octopus.
Yeah. And so it was very interesting, but basically followed this journalist, he was a photographer in present day. And in 2013, he started going down this rabbit hole, and he became like the reporter that was murdered in 1990.
He's trying to finish the guy's book? Or,
yes. The guy had a book coming out. He was
before
writing.
He was murdered.
Yeah. And the photographer started going down this rabbit hole for the last 12 years, and they were documenting that. And so, and every time you think he's out of it, he gets pulled back in.
Pull him back in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strange people involved that they interview.
Yeah.
And it's like, are they con artists? Are they just delusional? But they have some hints of truth.
I really kind of got lost when they got to the Indian reservation.
Oh, yeah.
That was where it really kind of went off the rail for me to where I was like, okay, I don't really understand what they're trying to do here.
Basically, the Indian reservation was they were trying to get them to build guns, so they could sell to the Iran for that.
Yeah, but it was
very convoluted.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I watched whatever. Almost done with the 4th episode, if that's it.
I had it done in one day because I couldn't stop watching. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, I had it on. I think I watched it all in one night. Or 2.
Did you see the JFK video yet?
I did see the lady that was talking about how when you slowed it down, when you slow it way down, the
driver
supposedly the driver turns around and shoots him in the head.
And that's why Jackie O went to the back of the trunk to the car to get away.
And the media the media doctored the film and took that out.
But this lady, who's a pretty well-respected journalist who has done this for years, investigative journalist, she's like, I saw this. The guy that was one of the people involved, he showed me the film, the unaltered. He's like, this is what you see on the news. This is what really happens. And he's like, and she's like, it looked real. It looked like he turned around shot. But she's like, is that just him playing fucking mind games with me?
Yeah,
and
the one thing about it that where they were trying to make it seem like it was legit was you couldn't see the bottom of the tree.
Yeah.
Like the tree just kind of like appears.
Like where they edited out.
Like they took it, like the roots out of the ground, and it's just like a tree. Like
It looks like it, yeah.
but I mean, the tape is all like it's black and white, and it's like
70 years old.
right? Like
I mean, and it's from a handheld camera back then.
right.
So
I don't know.
Man, you'd think people would have better phones back then.
You would think.
You would think
at
with
least the time travelers.
the technology, man.
It's a very interesting thing, though. I mean, because originally I was like, this is just going to be goofy. But then you start looking at it, it's like, well, it's interesting. I don't think it's all true, but I think there is probably snippets of truth in that involved.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has an audience that I think that they were talking to.
And there could be a second season, they said.
I mean,
It ended very abruptly, I will tell you that.
Okay.
And I'm just like, it's just a man and his horse getting hung. But like it ended, and I'm just like,
okay.
where's the rest of it?
What's
Yeah, where's the rest of it? So, anything else you watch?
Watched I watched the newest episode of Masters of the Air. Still just it's getting better, and which I didn't think it could.
Brett, have you got caught up on Masters Air?
Yes,
Your thoughts?
it's pretty cool.
And I did watch. I watched the first, I think, also 6 episodes of Dynasty, the New England Patriots on Apple.
I thought you meant the 1980 show.
No, Apple's doing like a Dynasty series on like some of the Dynasty
Dynasties.
teams, and it's the Patriots and the, all of the things that they went through, the Brady era and all of that.
Jimmy, you want to get together and watch this?
No.
Okay. Jeff,
What?
you want to get together and watch this?
No.
Okay. It would be good if it wasn't the Patriots.
If you're a football fan, I mean, if you don't like the Patriots, obviously it's going to validate even those feelings even more. I rooted for that era of the Patriots. As being younger.
So if it wasn't going to be the Patriots, who should it be? Since the thing is talking about dynasties,
Cowboys.
I'm sure there's about
1990.
5 dynasties out there in NFL football you can cover, if that.
San Fran?
If they do,
It's going to be
Steelers.
Dynasty with a question mark, and it's going to be the Buffalo Bills or the Minnesota Vikings.
Dynasty?
Netflix did a Bills documentary
Really?
about that era of the Bills,
No.
but
Was it called Wide Right?
it was maybe actually.
Lisa's out, Dan.
But yeah, I mean, as a football fan, I obviously enjoyed it again, growing up liking them and during that era. But Belichick is so predictably very one word answers, and he's all dressed up. He's in a suit, they're interviewing him
In a suit?
Yeah,
Sleeves are cut off.
Are we sure that's Belichick then?
yeah.
We're on to Cincinnati.
So it was like
On to the next.
the last episode was them getting through the Aaron Hernandez thing, and that a lot of that episode is a lot of stuff that happened there that I've watched the documentaries about him, and none of the football stuff behind the scenes stuff, the way that he acted in the building, I had never heard any of it. So getting the play, all the different players' takes on how he was in the locker room and all that kind of stuff was really.
Wes Welker was not a fan of him.
He was not.
I saw
at
that.
all.
It was, I think, one of the Hernandez's documentaries. They were talking about how Wes Welker hated him.
So Welker is in. They They bring him in. It's all former players. It's Brady, Belichick, and then Deion Branch, Ty Law, Rodney Harrison,
Moss,
Randy Moss. Just Bruschi, Vrabel,
Teddy.
They interview all of these guys, but when they get to that segment where they're talking about Hernandez, I want to say, who was the who was the Bengals wide receiver that went to the Patriots? Not Sanu or
Ocho Cinco.
not Ocho Cinco. Was it maybe Brandon LaFell?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, like, he got traded there during that or whatever, or signed there or something. And literally, like, the first day of practice, so his locker, they put him between Gronk and Hernandez. And literally, he said the first practice, like, I'm just, like, warming up, and Welker comes over and he says, don't pay any attention to Hernandez because he is going to strip down naked and fondle himself in front of you, and he's going to say like the worst shit possible. Just pay him no attention.
Wow.
Like he just that, like, you know.
So he wasn't probably playing with a full deck of cards to begin with.
I mean, so like talent wise, yeah, he was.
Correct.
But like,
He was born with CTE.
He might have been. He might have been.
but and I didn't know this either, but I guess before the things happened and he got arrested, he requested a trade to Seattle. He wanted to get on the other side of the country to get away from because he was from Connecticut.
Correct.
Like, he grew up, and so like he had, you know, been there and started making money, and people kind of started filtering back into his life. Mm-hmm. And
Not so favorable people.
And he asked Belichick, like, went directly to him and said, "You have to trade me."
What
have to-
Belichick say?
No. And like, so part of this, like, they were asking him, like, so Bill, like, you know, it's, you know, been reported that, you know, Aaron came to you and asked for a trade to get out of New England, and obviously that didn't happen. Can you comment on that? Everything that's happened with Aaron Hernandez is in the past, and I will not be all that needs to be said has been said. Like,
On to Cincinnati.
I mean, I really enjoyed it, I am enjoying it.
Okay.
But it's good.
Blake? Anything you're watching?
I got a ton of shit. What do you want me to talk about?
Number 2.
I didn't rank them.
Number 3.
All right, here.
C.
Here, I could talk about Righteous Gemstones, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Death and Other Details, All the Light We Cannot See. I can talk about the Conqueror app, Walking to Mordor. I can talk about U2. I can talk about Vegas. What do you want me to
Talk
talk
about Vegas and you too.
Went to Vegas
Yes.
to go see U2 in the Sphere. It was pretty fucking awesome. I'm not a U2 fan. I'm a mediocre U2 fan.
Uh-huh.
So it was pretty neat. So I went to go see the Sphere. So if you ever go look at it at night, you know, during the day it kind of sucks because, you know, the lights don't work very well in the daytime. But at nighttime it lights up. It's very awesome. And so like everything else in Vegas, everything's too big. Everything looks close until you start walking towards it and you realize you're a fucking mile away.
Yeah.
Until you get there. But yeah, it was really cool. So what happened was Ticketmaster, I guess U2 extended their play, you know, their play dates in the Sphere. So apparently, you know, they got like Lady Gaga coming, they got Fish coming, they got a bunch of other people going to go see something. So if you're a fan of any of them, I recommend go ahead and doing it because it was pretty fucking cool. So the Sphere at night, it was really neat. So we stayed at the Wynn and paid a little extra so you can look at the Sphere at night. And all we ended up doing was like, you know, first night there, just sitting there looking out the window, watching the Sphere go through its, you know, cycle of interesting shit.
Because they
you know,
can
more or less.
put anything up there they want.
Oh yeah,
on this
anything
giant
up there
sphere.
they want. It is really, really cool, right?
Did you pay for the rights to Hobie on it?
No, but I did well. Speaking of podcasts, though, I do have to admit my craps betting theories I got from the first year when we were doing this podcast. We were with what group of people that went out to Vegas for that first year? Well, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Nickel, Michael. Yeah, all of
Nickel,
those guys.
Michael was, and one of those guys did a Vegas gambling podcast.
No, that was the
Ryan?
Musings of a Geek.
Musings
that's
of a
right.
Geek. Yes,
That's right.
And so I listened to Musings of a Geek, and I forget what's his name. Explain Craps.
It's probably Dan or Dez. Probably Dan.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was, but what I do remember taking away was, you know, the importance of the odds and the calculations, and you know, the pass line and the you know, behind the pass line and the button with the game on. You know, ignored all the other fucking side bets because all they're, you know, money, you know, losers. Really,
Yeah.
basically. But you always want to, go through money on the cum bets. Other than it sounds pretty cool because you get to cum, right? And then you hit a number, and you go to you got 3 points. So you got like almost 2 games within the real game in which the button is on. And at that point in time, your odds are actually higher than the houses. So I remember listening to that podcast going, you know what, I want to go try this out sometime. So ever since then, it was almost, 10 years ago, when I would go to the casinos and all that other kind of fun stuff, I would sit there and I'd put that theory into work in my craps game.
And it works?
And it works most of the time.
Okay.
Right? Casinos don't exist because they give you money.
Correct.
And I'm not a big bettor. So I hate, everything nowadays is like $10 minimum. And then like after an hour into the day, it's like $25. And I can't, if you're going to do craps, you need a couple $100 to cover your bets and the cum bets and the odds on the cum bets, right? In the past line.
Stop it. Stop it, Brian.
So you gotta get the odds to cover your cum, basically, Brian. And so at that point in time, you can have several tens of dollars on there. And I'm not a big gambler because I look at that and I'm like, okay, that's a night at Taco Bell. That's a night at softball. That's my softball jersey fee.
Did you say night at Taco Bell?
Yeah, that's right. Night at Taco Bell. $10, man.
Several tens of dollars at
That's
Taco
right.
Bell.
Several tens of dollars at Taco Bell.
Taco Bell got expensive. They started
Well,
using
one
great
$10 chip is, that's a number 6.
An improvement.
Yes.
Your number 6 with the Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah.
No, but I don't like. I like the thrill of gambling, but not losing money.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm kind of adverse to it. But what is pretty neat now is that I used to go. When I do my reserve weekends, I stop by the casinos on the way, whether it was in Detroit or other places, and you do it during the day with the retirees. You can find a $5 table.
Oh yeah,
and that was when that was in my pipeline, right?
Yeah,
$5 table.
I agree.
So now I go to Vegas or you go down here, Hollywood. Everything's like $25. I'm like, that's too expensive. But I did find out they've got these little sit-down things with the dice and the pop cubes. Mm-hmm. And it's, it used to be a couple years ago a $1 minimum bet, which is right there with your alley, right up my alley. $1, and you of course you can multiply it out for odds and everything else that you do. But they got $3. Now it's up to $3. So you can go $3. You got your little, private little, goofy crap things in a glass tube. And I like playing that because the dice don't know the odds. Computer craps knows the odds.
I don't like computer craps.
That's right.
Or computer poker or anything at the
I don't like any of that stuff because the odds are programmed in there.
Yep.
The dice don't know the odds.
Correct.
And so when I've done the computer stuff with my one buddy who also does a lot of craps, we decided this is bullshit because you would crap out almost as soon as you get past.
You don't get to come.
As soon as the game, you don't get to come. Exactly.
You crap, not
That's
come.
right. You
Correct.
crap an awful lot, but you don't come.
Which is actually coming to Fox next year.
right.
Whoa.
Not after Not Good, Not Great.
It will make you ejaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could play that at the Super Cincinnati Expo. No?
But
Does your wife bet?
No.
Gamble? Okay.
But I taught her how to play craps.
Okay.
And we ended up. I was going to bet on Jeff's going to sneeze or not.
Oh, okay. No, he's not.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Here it comes. There it went.
How was U2?
U2, on the other hand, was pretty good. Like I said, I'm a mediocre fan. But if you go into the sphere, right? So the outside of the sphere, you look at it, is really pretty cool. So there's actually it's displays on the outside and the inside. And the inside is kind of like an egg that's kind of like sloped with steep seating. So there's like 4 sections, right? You got the floor, you got the 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s. And if you're afraid of heights, you may have a slight problem because everything is at such an angle, like more than a 45-degree angle. So probably like, 60-degree angle in there. So as you're walking, you got this little space in between your seat and the seat down below you. But there's no bad seat in there because of the way it's set up like that.
Because it's all on one side, the seats, right?
The seats are all on one side, and the inside is almost like a 360 dome, almost, So it goes up and over and behind you just a little bit. So if you go in there and you look at it, I don't know if you've seen the pictures in there, but so it's kind of like an OmniMax, IMAX, 4K and 4D. And so, yeah, I mean, it was pretty awesome. I'm not a big U2 fan. Well, I'm a mediocre U2 fan.
Yeah.
But a lot of what they played was just out of their Octung baby. And they sprinkle like maybe 3 3 or 4 songs outside of that, like maybe from a little bit of Joshua Tree, and I don't think they played anything from like their old War album or anything like that. But you know, not as controversial as they used to be. You know, they're old man entertainers now.
Because Bono is the shit.
You know, Bono, he's a little older. He's an old man entertainer now. The Edge still wears his, his beanie hat. I guess he's got like herpes on his head or something. I have no idea.
All right, I've got a question. I saw like another friend post a video when she was at the thing of U2, and watching that, I felt that seems to be kind of a lot of money to have. The screen looked great, but did you actually need the band there? Like, if you just had U2 money playing and then things going on the video screen, it felt like having a live band there seemed to be a waste, and they could save money by not paying the band to be there just to play their music.
I'm glad you brought it up, because the screen wasn't the focus of the whole show.
Okay.
They used that that 180, or I should say 270, degree screen to augment a number of songs that they were playing.
Gotcha.
Right? So it wasn't, I got some pictures in there. If I just showed you some of the pictures, I didn't take videos because I wanted to watch rather than be one of those assholes that just sit there and hold your phone up and record the entire time. But I liked it in the fact that it wasn't overused. I can't speak for Lady Gaga, for example.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
But it was used to augment the songs, and some of the number of songs that they did, they would have a little bit going on, but they would have like a camera on each member of U2, and they would be like displayed on the screen so you can see them up a little bit better. And it's like almost you see them a heck of a lot better. But there were a couple of songs where they just used the visual there to help augment and overwhelm you a little bit with the moving screen and the parts and the art, where you're right. It is almost to the point where overwhelming. And some people that had motion sickness or fear of heights had to close their eyes because they was like, couldn't deal with it that much. But I thought it was really cool.
They are struggling with being profitable because, and I'm not kidding, like the electric, like just to run.
It's very expensive
It's
to
very
build
expensive,
and to run.
and they always have something going on the outside, like his advertisement. So they said it's been very expensive, and basically that's why they're adding more and more shows. Because originally they thought they would just do like exclusive, limited runs with certain groups. Well, now they're like, no, we need to get everybody.
This needs to be pretty much running daily to make money.
So they went from, hey, it's a special attraction 2 weeks out of the month.
You're right. They are going to daily special attractions. They are now putting shows in there where you can go in during the day and pay whatever and sit down and almost look at something like an IMAX.
Really?
Okay. Essentially, yeah. So I know when I was there, they were trying to
wonder what time like Dune 2 is playing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, since it's Vegas, will they do like Showgirls on the large?
Could you imagine the pool scene in that? The swimming pool scene. Oh, are you talking Showgirls?
I wasn't talking about Showgirls the movie. I was talking about
the movie.
No, I was talking about literal Showgirls.
Nope, the movie.
Elizabeth Berkley looks great.
Wow.
I really thought you meant that.
No, the movie was about people.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Those people.
Okay. What do you mean, those people? Showgirls.
Jesse Spano.
Name me a show you watched.
I'm so excited.
I'm so scared.
Give me a show.
What? Righteous Gemstones, Curb Your
Sure.
Enthusiasm.
What do you think of Righteous Gemstones?
All the Light We Cannot See.
What do you think about Righteous Gemstones?
It's not what you expected it to be.
I saw one.
It's not what I expected it to be.
I saw one episode. I didn't go back. I'm not against it. I just never kind of went back to it.
Yeah.
We watched the first season of it. Really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of exposed penis to get through in the first.
That's even
series.
worse because I thought it was pretty terrible. Isn't that the one with Danny McBride?
Danny McBride, Walton
just
Goggins.
having to get through Danny McBride is terrible.
I don't get him. I don't get.
I don't.
It's
honestly,
some of McBride humor. Yes, that is true.
If I think if it weren't for Walton Goggins, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed watching the first season.
Yeah,
like, Baby Billy. That's so good.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jeff. Danny McBride. I don't get why he's popular.
I would say we just started the third season, And I'm
Gemstones?
enjoying the third season more than I did the first or second.
Okay.
Most because the first second is not what I expected. It was different. Second season was kind of interesting, but this third season I like it a lot better.
Did you finish True Detective?
Yeah, I finished True Detective.
And?
Yeah, B-.
Okay. They were coming back for another season of it.
Yeah, I didn't. I figured they would.
Yeah. It did good. It did good enough, and they're bringing the same showrunner back, much to the chagrin of the showrunner from the first season.
But it's not going to be the same cast and story.
That is up in the air.
Oh.
They have not. They have talked about Jodie Foster possibly coming back, but
She can't.
No.
Oh.
That has to be a new cast every season.
Oh, okay.
Blake, how'd the theme song go?
They need to bring back T-Bone Burnett, that's for sure. But then again, T-Bone Burnett is not the younger generation.
He's also not Billie Eilish.
Not Billy.
I think you got to stop it. That's too close.
But
We might get hit for copyright infringement.
I even gave going through. You know how you can skip the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I even gave it a second attempt to listen to the entire song, and it was all auto tune too. I don't understand, but all right, whatever.
Really? Also, you've never listened to a single Jamie Foxx song then? Because
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx has
Yeah,
like
Jamie
several
Foxx
albums.
has several. Did you not know
Several.
that? He's
Yeah.
like he was,
And they're all auto-tuned. Like,
so
You didn't listen to Eddie Murphy.
when he was going up
I
as
know Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
when he was starting out as an actor,
Party
he
all
was
the
doing
time.
musical things too. I don't think anything got released just because he wasn't Jamie Foxx at the time.
Jim, that's older than auto-tune.
I know.
but it sounded like it there. But although I cannot see, I'm just touch on this real quick.
What's that?
My wife read that book with her book club. And as soon as we started watching it, she's like, what the fuckity fuck? And for the next 4 episodes, it's only 4 episodes for the next 4 hours, all she did was bitch and complain about, that's not how it happens in the book. That's not how it. So I got curious, and I'm like, I need to look this up. I'm like, so wait a minute. So all the names, the characters, and places are from the book. She's like, yes. But the storyline and everything, how it goes and interact, that's not in the book. She's like, no, I didn't have it that way at all. It's like, yeah, let's buy the rights to this book, and then let's do whatever the fuck we
Didn't
want.
they do
with
that
it.
with The Witcher?
Well, I guess apparently so. I can't expertly talk to that because I'm halfway through the second book in the series.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm enjoying, by the way.
Which
Yeah.
was that show?
Now, did anybody see the meme? It was Voldemort standing there going, "Who are you?" And it's the Witcher standing there. Is like, "Yes, the kid with round glasses gave me a coin," and he had his sword out.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but so I was like, well, this is curious. I got to go read about this because, you know, you get the reviews like the one-liners and the advertisements. Oh, beautiful masterpiece work, blah, blah, blah. And so I went to go read and it's got like a 7.5 score. And people that rated it high are like, oh, this is a beautiful story piece of, you know, love and perseverance and blah, blah, blah. And then everybody rating it 2, 3 are like, this is nothing like the book. The book is so much better, and so I asked my wife, "Well, what's better, the series or the book?" She's like, "Well, the series is okay, but the book's a hell of a lot better because obviously books are always better than adaptations, screen adaptations." But yeah, she was like, "That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. That doesn't work. That doesn't work." He didn't
What's
do that.
this
He didn't
on?
do this. And be. It's Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
House of Dragon is
Coming soon.
June.
Yeah.
June 2nd.
yes.
Announced today.
Jeff, have you watched anything?
Started watching the Food Network's Tournament of Champions.
Okay.
And there's an interesting thing I wanted to bring up. Sitting there watching it, and it's, you know, a tournament bracket where, you know, they celebrity chefs cook against each other or whatnot. And they have a randomizer where they spin the wheels and it tells them what they need to do and how they need to prepare it and stuff like that. So they got all these celebrity chefs. This is the 5th year they've been doing it. And so they're bringing them all out, and we're watching like the first episode, and they're introducing all the people, and they're walking out, you know, oh yeah, these are the famous chefs, and they're breaking down the brackets and who's going to go against who and blah, blah, blah. And we're watching it, and we're like, wait a minute, they missed one, because, you know, it's like, oh, Amanda Freitag is there, and they didn't talk about her. Who is she going again? And then didn't mention her matchup at all. And then we're like, we had to pause it when they had the thing with the screen with the big bracket on it, and we're like, I think it says she's going against Darnell Ferguson. He's a chef from Louisville, and we're like, okay, I wonder why they didn't mention that at all. So we get online. Apparently, Darnell Ferguson is in court for some domestic violence charges.
Oh.
And so they pretty much were trying to do everything they could to not show him and we're like, well, wait a minute. If this was filmed, a couple months ago or whenever.
Yeah.
It's like, how are they going to do it when it comes down to their... So
Yeah, they
week 2, they're like advertising, and we got this match and this match and this match. And you kind of see Amanda Freitag there and like, do they have Amanda's match? What's going on? So like every time they coming up, and they never mentioned them. Then when it came up, they actually showed the match. They didn't do the introduction where they hype them up or to give their like long list of credentials and blah blah blah. They're like, and all right, here's Amanda and Darnell, and most of the time they were showing like they show about 20 minutes or so of each of them cooking. Most of it was showing Amanda cook. And then they tasted it, and then Amanda ended up winning. So it's like, okay, they can get rid of Darnell.
Could you imagine how
And they didn't show any interviews with him.
Man.
Amanda won, and the next thing you know, you see Darnell. The back of Darnell as he's walking out the door. They didn't usually they're showing guys say, "Oh, well, it was great for you to compete." Blah blah blah. I mean, they just pretty much tried to cut as much of him out as possible.
That's funny.
I mean, he's
like
in the middle of a case. I think the grand jury. I think the day we were watching it, the grand jury was meeting the next day to decide, and they are proceeding with charges.
It'd been better if they just put like CGI over him and just somebody different. This is Frank.
But so, it's like, okay, well, I guess it's good for them that they don't have to do that on the future shows.
I was going to say,
the
could you imagine
tournament
if you
goes
got
on.
far into the tournament?
the challenge had to do that. They had a contestant who got arrested or did something for some type of domestic violence or something, and she made it to the finals.
Really?
So they pretty much had to cut around almost everything from showing. But they had to show her occasionally. But
Oh my gosh!
it was awkward watching that season.
Real quick before we get into the rest of the show here, Clear Eyes.
Full Hearts.
Can't lose.
Season 2, baby.
There we go.
Season 2, episode 3 we're up to.
Are they dead yet?
Well, funny you to say that. Landry has some issues. Landry has a metal pipe.
Yeah, that guy clearly should have left Tyra alone.
Yeah, he kept on harassing her, and
Call the cops. It's
now Lance had to take care of what he had to take care of.
so.
What, I mean, call his dad?
Yeah.
No.
So it was it's a really good show.
Instead, I'm going to kill this guy, then bang Tyra for like a couple.
Oh
a
yeah,
year.
yeah. Well, I will say, I was kind of surprised by head coach.
Eric Taylor.
Yes, Eric. Thank you. It just slipped in my head. That he, the end of the first season, with his decision, that surprised us. My wife and I were like, "You can't do a show like that." Oh shit, you are.
Yep, he left.
Yep. So good. It's a great
Oh,
show.
it was after the first year he left? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit later in the run.
Don't tell us anything else because we like to be surprised. But very good season.
They all die at the end.
Damn it.
They all. Some of them might even graduate.
Oh, but I really enjoyed it. And Riggins is awesome.
Yeah, he ain't graduating.
No.
Tim graduates.
Yeah.
He actually goes to college.
I do like that they add Jason Street as an assistant coach, and my wife's like, "Did he graduate yet?" They gave him a job. Did he graduate? Do we never find that out?
I mean, they don't show graduation. It's not like they don't.
So I guess he did graduate?
Yeah, he wheeled.
Okay. We're going to poll this week on Twitter.
Wait, is Jason Street suing the coach yet?
Oh, that got settled.
Okay.
I don't think he's that bad of a guy.
They settled that already?
Yeah, it's the end of season 1.
Oh, okay.
He came out with the number.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he came and visited him at the hardware store, and they had the...
Yeah.
Yep. I forget
Eric
because
pushed him down.
season 1, I keep forgetting it's a double.
Yeah, it's a long...
and I'm... Yeah.
Even my wife was like, "Why is there 22 episodes in this season?" I was like, "This is old school. This is like Arrow."
I can't wait. You can't wait till, was it season what, 4 when you get the worst superhero ever. Cress Williams is in the show.
Okay.
Black Lightning.
Oh man, that show is so bad.
He's better in Friday Night Lights than he was in Black Lightning.
You watched Black Lightning?
I did not.
So last on Friday Night Lights, in the state championship game, they're playing Voodoo. The quarterback. Yeah. And even my wife's like, I can't stand that guy. I was like, well, then he's doing a good job. They did a good job.
Good old Voodoo Tatum.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, she's like, I can't stand him. I can't.
Yeah.
So- but yeah, thank you guys. It's a great show.
Yeah, I mean, we've only been suggesting it
I know.
to everyone that will.
But even today, like, all the kids were occupied, and my wife was like, watch some Friday Night Lights. I was like, well, yeah, let's go. So, what is we had a Twitter poll this week. What is your favorite Walking Dead series? We had The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Dead City, and Daryl Dixon.
I voted Talking Dead.
I would, but Chris Hardwick's on it.
Yeah, Chris Hardwick really ruined that for me.
He's kind of an ass.
Yes, he is.
In last place, Fear the Walking Dead with 10%. And then third place was Daryl Dixon, 19%. And winning 38% to 33%, The Walking Dead over Dead City. Here's the funny thing. I forgot Dead City and Daryl Dixon even came out.
I don't know what they are, but I was surprised that anything was close. I figured The Walking Dead would run away with it.
Walking Dead had, you mean at least stumble away with it?
Shamble away with it.
There you go. Yeah, I think The Walking Dead, the last 3 seasons really kind of killed.
What would it be called if
Any
Jason
momentum.
Street was in it?
Wheelies. They would be called wheelies.
Wheeling
Fear the
Dead?
Wheeling Dead?
Yeah.
Get out.
Not walkers.
Get out.
Wheelers.
You know, they need to do that in zombie movies. Have representation for the disabled. Have zombies in wheelchairs going after people.
Blake, you got some listener feedback down there?
Oh, I thought you were going to add that to our fall lineup.
Oh, we got Oreos.
Oh, do you want me to add that? Okay, hey, hold on. Well, we need something for Army Hammer, so what do we have? Walker or wheelies?
Fear the Wheeling Dead?
Fear the wheeling.
Feel the wheeler. Fear
Fear
of
the
the
wheel.
wheeling dead. Fear of the wheeling dead.
That's all you
like
get,
it.
like.
These are Japanese portions.
Yeah, these are like Korean cookies.
So what you got here, Jim?
We have the Korean version
Ooh, the smell.
of the,
Cinnabon?
Cinnabon flavor.
Immediately can
cinnamon
tell much bigger cookie, more cream than we've gotten so
Yeah.
far.
This is not a thin.
This is not thin at all. So far, it's a pretty delightful cookie.
So everybody takes a bite at the same
Sorry
time.
about that,
So,
podcasters, listeners. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I like the Canadian version better of it. This week, was it Mud Cake came out?
Dirt.
Or Dirt Cake.
I didn't see it yet in the store.
Or Dirt Cake. Yeah, we'll take a look.
I could get in trouble eating these.
These are pretty good.
Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time with these cookies.
Blake, you like these? You're the Oreo guy.
Yes,
These are pretty good. They're pretty good.
it's very
I
good.
like them. Oh. Blake, what you got for listener feedback?
You start off with that number one Oreo,
Screwdriver?
Big D.
Sunny D?
Chili Billy.
Beaver hands?
7.
Gorilla hands?
Ape hands.
That's all right.
The delivery man.
Postman?
Formerly known as
UPS?
You.
UPS.
That's Uspis,
Uspis. Oh, yeah.
not Upis.
Yeah.
I kind of like you piss, but
UPS.
That's
Us Piss.
Kevin Costner.
what was the one that we came up with last week?
Oh, the licking.
Yeah,
the jewel of the licking.
Jewel of the
Jewel of the
licking.
The jewel of the licking.
Yep.
That would be Doug.
Yes. Yes.
Doug.
What is your favorite WWE/WCW star Virgil/Vincent memory?
Virgil, Breath of Silence. Ted DiBiase's bodyguard.
His manservant.
Manservant, yep. Passed away at the age of 62, I think, after he had some strokes and that. So sad day for him and for wrestling world. Probably not a sad day for him. He wouldn't know.
wow.
Sad day for Stop it! Stop it!
Well, it is a sad day for him. He has no more life.
Shut up, Brian.
Although,
Favorite memory: him turning on Ted DiBiase and hitting him with the belt.
because I was thinking, I'm like, I loved him. I cheered for him when he was out there. Can't think of a single thing he actually did other than back up Ted DiBiase.
Wasn't he Curly Joe?
Curly Bill.
Curly Bill.
When he came out as Curly Bill.
He was Vincent. I think he was VKM at one point.
Was it Mike Jones?
Yep. The one thing I remember is him turning on, like, DiBiase after berating him for years. He finally turned on him, and the fans were going nuts for it. And it was just funny because Piper was like his biggest like supporter, like, oh my god, like he was the announcer when it happened.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward like 4 months later at the Royal Rumble '92. Virgil and Piper were going against each other, and Bobby the Brain Heenan's like, wow, look at that. He was the biggest fan. Now he hates him. Look at this. Look how quick it turns. And Gorilla Monsoon's like, it's every man for himself. So I just remember Virgil had those ugly wrestling tights of the red and white. It looked like the barbershop, the thing that twirls.
The barber pole?
Yeah, the barber pole. God, it was awful.
Shouldn't that have been Brutus Beefcake's
You would think
tights?
so. You would think so. He just had a lot of rips in his.
I will say, though, I was amused when he jumped from WWF to WCW. And since he couldn't bring the name with him, they named him Vincent.
Yes.
And then made him, like, terrible.
Yes.
Just so they could beat the crap out of him.
He was in the NWO. Several different versions of it.
Who wasn't?
He was Vincent, and they just kicked the shit out of him.
I think my favorite memory is when he inadvertently showed his junk on a cameo.
Yes. Yes.
It was an accident.
That's why he said inadvertent.
Sure.
Yes.
We can talk about showing body parts for celebrities in a later News of the Geek article.
We can.
Moving on. What do you got, Blake?
From Little Richard 205 at Not That Richard.
Oh.
What is the worst tabletop game you have ever played?
The game of life.
Choose Your Own Adventure game. It was a tabletop game my wife got a couple years ago for Christmas. Even she's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I will say the tabletop version of the Oregon Trail was not good.
I have that.
I know you do.
It was not good.
I have it too, and it wasn't really that good.
I got the other version too, where you're the hunter.
I heard the other version was all right.
It was better, but that's right. You did play that Oregon Trail. Like,
Is it nearly impossible to win?
it is. It is. Like, you get like maybe halfway through the game, and they're like, you have no money, no food. 3 of your kids died of dysentery. Good luck.
You did not successfully ford the river.
No. Nope.
It's like Yellowstone 1886.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, did you try that bourbon?
Yes.
Did you guys know that Taylor Sheridan has multiple different bourbon lines out?
Shocking.
We were going to start on maybe a new game. We'll bring up. We'll maybe do once a week. We'll bring up is it Taylor Sheridan show, or is it a type of liquor?
Okay.
We started the game off with some 1792.
Liquor.
Since you said some 1792, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a show.
Yeah, I think that's liquor, right?
Yeah,
It is.
Okay.
It is a bourbon.
It's a bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah, Yellowstone 1792. They're still squirrel fur traders. Back in Kentucky.
That's actually what the bourbon's made of, squirrel.
in eastern
They just
Kentucky.
had it.
Yeah.
1883.
Taylor Sheridan. show.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Jeff.
1913.
Ooh.
It's a wine.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Champagne.
What is the one what is the other? 1923, I think, is the other
1800.
one. Oh, that's the liquor.
1738.
Liquor. Okay, everything before in the 1700s.
1917.
It's a war movie.
Yep.
Dunkirk.
Anyways, what's worst tabletop game?
Jack Daniels.
Stop. Oh, that's a show.
That's Taylor Sheridan show.
Yeah. He's suing the main star. Anyone else got tabletop games there?
Twister.
Oh.
Oh, especially when you're trying to play it on a table.
On a table, I fell off 4 times.
Blake, you got anything?
I don't know.
Okay. Best color man in the business.
Blake's really giving us all he's got this week. It's really.
All right, Blake, I got you. Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition.
Yeah, okay, sure. We'll put that in there.
Axis and Allies?
No, how dare you? How dare you, sir?
Sorry, my bad.
How dare you?
Frogger.
Oh. What else you got?
From Blake Bot at BlakeBot19.
Ooh.
Have any of the hosts been to Alaska?
Blake has.
What?
Hey, did I talk to you guys? Did I tell you guys about my
went to
Alaska trip
Alaska?
yet? No.
I don't remember.
Somebody was asking if we could do the history of Alaska, if we could do that.
It's a history podcast.
Yeah, we are a history podcast.
Yeah. Recommend everybody go if you can. Save up for it. It's a trip of a lifetime.
Okay.
Saving my Hobie coin.
Or if you're a convicted felon, then go now.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
From Pyramid Club 398 at Permer Club. What comedy film from the 1980s or 90s doesn't get talked about enough?
I'm going to go with my favorite John Hughes film, Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah, with Mary Stewart masturbating.
Yep.
I was going to go with PCU.
Oh, that's a good one.
Gutter is a tool.
Definitely, right?
Gutter is a tool.
You know, I do have to say, since I joined the Gen X club on Facebook, I am getting a lot of fucking movies that I forgot existed in there, like Midnight Madness, for example. You remember that? It was
Yep.
like crazy teams running around. There's a black, white, yellow, green, red. And just some stars that you like Police
Pre-fame.
Academy stars in that movie and that kind
Apparently,
of
what, Michael J. Fox Family Ties was
crazy
in that?
stuff. So I was bringing to light a lot of movies that I forgot that I had seen when I was a kid.
Scavenger Hunt.
Yeah.
Well, that was 1979.
No.
So that doesn't fit the 80s or 90s.
I know people aren't always huge fans of it. I think Uncle Buck is a pretty funny movie. I really like Uncle Buck, and I don't feel like John Candy gets talked about as much as I think a lot of people are forgetting about him, like outside of our generation.
I mean, it was just this past week that it was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's...
And I get it. I'm just saying. I think John Candy was hilarious. Not all of his movies were great, but I thought he was fantastic in a lot.
Canadian Bacon.
It was better than Wagons East. But I blame that on Matt LeBlanc.
Sure. Because he wasn't in that.
I like Uncle Buck though. PCU's a good one. I like that one. It's a good one.
I'm
Matt LeBlanc.
Or not Matt LeBlanc. Matthew Perry.
Again, not even the right movie.
In Wagons East?
Wasn't it Matthew Perry? Wasn't he in...
I'm going to find out here.
If we only had some way to find this out.
He's looking it up.
Can you blow me where the Pampers is?
John Candy, Richard Lewis, John C.
Richard
McGinley.
Lewis.
Breath of Silence.
You're thinking of it was Matthew Perry and what's his name?
Chris
Farley. Almost Heroes.
Oh, that's right. I stand corrected.
Yes.
You're sitting.
Thank you.
You sit corrected.
Yes, a little breath of silence for Richard Lewis.
Yes. I remember him first introduced him in Anything But Love, the TV show.
I knew him before then.
The latest episode that came out this week in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, prior seasons, he's been looking a little rough, but this season, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, he looks like he's literally on, especially his past episode, on death's doorstep.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't look good at all.
Yeah,
and some of the scenes that they had with him, right? So, for people who don't watch it and pay attention, it's mostly an improv, and they paste and put things together based upon the best dialogue that comes out of it or the scene, right? So they set up the scene, say, here's your motivation, here's whatever, and they just start winging it, and they do several takes of a scene, right? You can tell a little bit with Richards. It looked a little more. The editing looked a little more choppy.
Yeah,
like he was talking and stuff, and they would chop and put somebody else's line in there. But it's still overall pretty good. But yeah, you can see it, and you're just like, oh my gosh, he did not look.
Larry David had a nice little written statement about Richard Lewis this week too.
Yes,
about it.
About them always making him laugh and funny. His best friends. Apparently, they're friends since childhood.
Yeah,
Except that day he made him cry, and that's
he's never going to forgive him for
never
that.
forgive him for that. Yeah, exactly.
So, okay,
That was a sad day for him.
Yeah.
shut up. What else you got, Blake?
From the Super Ioriti Complex podcast. Is there anything you won't eat for the sake of the show?
Ooh, sake.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there was no accent on that.
Oh,
Brian.
Yeah, there's things that I physically cannot eat
Well, you can
for
eat
my
them.
own health.
I won't eat glass.
I won't eat narcotics.
Yeah.
What about?
It's just too far of a drive for me, really, with the drugs.
Yeah, good call.
You know.
Good call. Blake, anything you want to eat?
I'm not going to eat these peeps on the table, that's for sure.
You don't like peeps?
No, you have to.
No.
You don't like peeps?
No.
You have to.
You have to.
It's a
We
rule.
only have 3 different types of peeps on the table right now.
It's a rule.
Yeah.
It's in
What?
your contract.
So no, we're pretty open on what we'll eat, but there's a few limits. But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I've tried everything.
Fruity Pebble cheesecake
Oh, it's so good.
all day long. What else you got, Blake? Wrap this up.
From Professor #1 at Dr. Numb Baroni. Mm-hmm. What's going on with Princess Kate? Can you go down that rabbit hole for me?
She's fine.
Yeah, I have no clue.
She had emergency surgery where this was back,
January-ish.
I think December.
Oh, it might have been December. Yeah.
And she has not been seen. She had not been seen since like yesterday.
It was like stomach, isn't it?
It was some stomach thing. And
That's what they say.
The rumors were that the people were saying she was dead.
I thought the best picture meme of her was that she actually got a Brazilian butt lift, and she had a very wide caboose. The picture was photoshopped, of course.
I like.
But I'm like, she looks better.
I do like the one meme of Princess Kate shows, reveals herself, and it's that balcony that they always come out on, and it's Woody from Toy Story, and he's got Buzz's hand. Hey, we're live! We're here! I thought that was pretty good.
But there were photographs of her getting into a car and riding with her mother.
Oh, okay.
So
Or photographs of someone who looks like her.
Dun dun dun.
Your body double.
You know who you need on this? David Caruso. He'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
I wish the paparazzi would just leave him alone. Guy's just trying to live his life.
Who? David Caruso?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you not remember talking about that a month ago?
Nope.
Okay, great.
great podcasting.
I guess I'll stop doing research. Sorry.
Jeff, give me some news of the geek music here.
Well, I get that ready. Explain what you're opening there.
I am opening up Peeps Marshmallow. It's like a sucker, but it's not. It's just Peeps, five Peeps lined up.
It's Mike and Ike Peep Pops.
It's strawberry, orange, lemon, and lime, so 4. And Jim, you brought these in, right?
Yes, I did.
These look amazing. I will tell you that. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared by it.
Brian and Blake can share. I got 4 of them.
So it's just like Peeps on a stick, right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
chicken on a stick. Mm-hmm. Whichever flavor you'd like. Color.
Don't know how to open this.
Blake's like,
It's kind of like a shrimp on a skewer.
Looks like snails on a rail.
don't eat snails. That can be bad for you. Unless they're cooked.
I'll have the orange one.
Oh, that is orange? Really? Actually, the orange one is lime. Be careful, Brian. Brian, how is it?
It's stupid.
How good is it?
It's
Would you rather eat this or a whole box or a whole bag of that sour that we just had at one time?
I mean, I'll eat this over those because those, whatever.
It's okay, Brian. It's
They're-
okay.
I mean, I'm not.
I really can't tell. Oh, orange is a little bit different. I really couldn't tell Strawberry. Jeff, can you give me some News of the Geek music here?
Good thing.
Not while I eat.
Oh, I can
Good
do
thing
it.
my
Put it
annual
in.
physical's next month,
Yeah,
not this week.
you're fine.
Would you like green or yellow?
No.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Just like Brian. Would you like green or yellow? No. News of the Geek here per FoxNews.com.
I liked the red one.
I guess brown. Per Fox News, where Brian gets all of his news from.
Oh, come on.
Sopranos star Dre DeMatteo.
Oh, Jesus.
Drea de
Mateo doesn't care what anyone thinks
You
about.
absolutely butchered that name,
Yes.
and it's pretty well known.
She doesn't care what anyone thinks about her decision to join OnlyFans. Quote, I know some people have said some nasty things about me having joined OnlyFans, but the way we see it in this house is mommy's a warrior, not accepting defeat. She told Fox News Digital.
She's a good Goomba.
Yes, she's from Sopranos. The 51-year-old joined the subscription service known for its uncensored content last month. She announced the news on her Instagram with a nude photo and is charging $15 a month for her page. Quote, I figured, okay, so everybody's in their underwear and being sexy on Instagram, and I don't do that, but I can do that and get paid for it. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Things have changed in the last 3 years. My kids have always been my number one focus. Had I known that I could work out my closet my whole life, I never would have believed it. I know that might sound crazy and might sound somewhat lazy, but I'm a very big supporter of stay-at-home moms and women who really love to raise their children. I balance it all. I've done it all, but I'm 51. I didn't know this was going to have it to be a change of life, but, all of a sudden that during a time I'm supposed to be relaxing a little bit, that I would have to switch gears and figure new things out because my own industry thinks I'm, a savage. Mateo was referring to a reaction within the industry regarding her position on COVID-19 vaccine mandates, which she refused to comply with and routinely speaks out on Twitter. Let's see here. Quote, I guess you could say I was the bad girl because I did not follow the rules a couple of years ago. So I don't want to be at the mercy of mandates or strikes or anything like that ever again. She said that her agent dropped her. She almost lost the home over it. Quote, people find that hard to believe that I was never really paid very much money for any of the jobs I've done. People think I'm fucking made of gold, and I'm not. I've worked job to job. I've turned down tons of jobs in the past to be with my children because their dad's on the road, and he's not around as much.
I mean, it is kind of just to think like she was on Sopranos the entire run. Mm-hmm. She was on Sons of Anarchy the entire run.
Yep.
Like, she's been on really big shows.
She was Joey's sister on Joey.
That's network money, too.
Yeah.
It also helps that she ignores the haters along the way. Quote, I just don't care. I don't. I'd rather save my family than save face. Listen, for the people who think it's something crazy, it's not what you think it is. For the people who think it's something crazy, it's exactly what you want it to be. Okay. Her boyfriend, Robbie Stabler of the band All Them Witches, and her children from her relationship with Shooter Jennings are supportive of her work on the site. My kids were the ones that were like, do it. My daughter edits the pictures, too, because there were certain things that we haven't been able to do. I used to have a lot of money, and then all of a sudden, I went from being allowed to work to never being allowed to work again. So when people make nasty comments of why I would have done that, my response is, damn straight, I hope you've never been in that fucking position I'm in. I've taken care of an entire family and lots of other people who depend on me.
But in this, she joined, and then after like one day,
She paid off her house.
she paid off her house.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Have
Not
you
saved her house from foreclosure. She paid it off.
Did you,
impressive.
have you listened to her in an interview about this? And if I'm remembering correctly, I did. I listened to her interview when she talked about this. Did you listen to it?
I didn't listen to the interview. I just read a couple articles.
So she was on an interview that I listened to, and the way they got the idea was she was in her closet looking for something and bent over, and I think I don't know which of these guys. What's the fucking Robbie Stabler?
Yeah.
Snapped a photo of her bent over in her closet. She was like looking for shoes, and he put it up, and it got like crazy number of likes. And so, you take that, and she's like, "What? You took a picture of my rear end, and it got fully clothed, of course, just a fine shape there." And so that's how the whole idea generated. Is like, well, crap. What if we do this? And because if you're in, like she was talking about, foreclosure and everything else, I'm sure what Robbie Stabler.
Yeah.
In that All Them Witches, that that award-winning band that I've never heard of. Until now I was like, well, she's like, let's try this, and they did it, and like Jim said, and Brian's like, boom, went through the roof.
Does it surprise you that people pay for this content?
I've contemplated the idea of putting a fake name out there and taking pictures of my feet and putting it on Instagram and seeing if I can generate some money.
Okay.
Yeah.
It amazes me that in 2024, with everything on the internet besides feet,
I mean, I could pretend it's the women's feet. I'll put like toenail polish on them.
you don't
and
have to
everything.
shave it. You don't have to shave your hair. But it amazes me that people are paying $15 a month for
I think
this.
the biggest difference is it's because of their celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like some random porn star that.
Yeah.
No, but you get there's
Well, you said Sopranos fans,
but there's a
Sons
girl.
of Anarchy fans. I mean, she's a decent looking lady.
Joey fans.
Joey, well, yeah, the plethora
Both of them.
all two of Joey fans.
Matt
And you're
LeBlanc
right.
is one of them.
And look, it's a reasonable $15 a
Yeah,
month.
it's not
I
expensive.
mean, that's why I do some Patreon stuff because it's $3.
I mean, that's the thing.
like,
Is you can
for
just pay the
video games.
$15 and see the pictures you want, help her out paying off her house, and then cancel. But
I mean, I guess if you're a fan, you're like, yeah, I'll help her out. I mean, I guess I never thought of that, but it just amazes me, like, in this day and age.
But like, she's like a golf.
Golfer?
Well, she's not a professional golfer, but she does golf content on like YouTube. She's a Grace Clarice, and I watched some stuff on Snapchat or on Instagram with her. Like, she doesn't wear a bra when she's on the course.
Oh, jeez.
And she's like 23 years old. And, and she's not good enough to be on the pro, but but she just does fun stuff on that. But she has an OnlyFans, and this girl makes a shit ton of money. And
Pardon me.
and then she posts, sometimes she'll post like what people ask her, and she'll answer like stuff. And the amount of people asking to lick her feet and suck her toes is incredibly like worrisome.
No, not to mention probably the weird shit like send me your bath water. Put your fart in a jar.
Yeah,
We've covered those stories.
vagina candle.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It sells, right? And God, do it. That's what you want to do.
Hey, if
go.
people are going to give you money for that stuff and you can take it from them, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think a lot of it, like if you look at it, like, I mean, yeah, like those content creators, that genre, like, has a huge, people are following that. But like when you get these like celebrity type people that like you don't, you just don't put them in that box. Mm-hmm. That's a big draw for people, whether it be for 1 month or like whatever. They're just like,
Mandy Rose, former WWE NXT, she was also in SmackDown Raw. She got fired from WWE last year because she was having an OnlyFans account. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just that; it was some nude photos and all that on there. Once she got fired, in that first 2 months, she said she made more on OnlyFans than she did in WWE for the last 4 years.
Oh yeah.
So
I very much believe
I think
it.
at one point she was making $1 million a month. I mean,
So the question I have is Hobie popular enough to sustain an OnlyFans?
Blake's got feet.
Well, it won't be Blake because it's going to be not Blake because he doesn't want his name out there.
Oh, that Ursula.
It'll be BlakeBot.
Blakebot.
Blake
Blakebot 20.
Yes. I don't know if I want to go with the feet people.
It's
Apparently, there's a market out there for it.
There is, and good for you, but woo. Oh,
there's that, and there's like my roommate from college. If he just looked at a foot, he was disgusted, like gagged.
jeez.
Which made me so angry when we left for break, and he took his running shoes and left them on the heater when we left for 3 weeks for Christmas break. When I got back and opened the door, the room was just unbearable.
It smells like feet.
Oh, it was so bad.
I think my first picture will be my feet holding a microphone in between them for Hobie.
Per New York Post, where Blake gets all of his news from, he's still loving it, ha ha ha, but with supersized exception. A Rockland County man is suing McDonald's after he said an errant slice of cheese was on his Big Mac that almost killed him in February 2021. He still eats from the greasy fast food spot, but will only order a plain burger and doesn't eat out like he used to. I've been back to McDonald's, Charles Olson said, who has a severe milk allergy. He told the Post that I no longer trust McDonald's to follow any order specifics, such as not including cheese. Olson went into anaphylaxis.
Hold on a second.
Anaphylaxis.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Does it tell you what time of day he went? Because it was evening. Were they stoned?
Yes.
At the drive-thru.
It was 10 o'clock at night.
There you go.
He went to reaction. What was that, Jim?
Anaphylaxis.
Thank you. After taking a bite out of the famed Mickey D's burger, according to a recently filed lawsuit. Huh, Jim loves these lawsuits.
Recently.
Yeah.
So, like...
2 years later. 3 years. The mishap saw him rush to the hospital where he thought he might not make it, he said. Quote, now I just order their fries and a plain burger with nothing on it. Just the patty and bun. I just can't take the risk that will happen again.
Fuck, this is so stupid.
Stop eating at McDonald's!
This is ridiculous.
Olson said this week he still avoids eating out in most restaurants nearly 3 years to the date of the incident that the 28-year-old explained started as a normal night with friends. There you go, Blake, at night.
"Quote unquote normal night." He was probably stoned too.
With him
And he
ordering...
didn't check for cheese on the fucking Big Mac like he should. If you're that fucking allergic to the shit.
With him ordering from one of his go-to places. He said he made his regular order with the usual request of no cheese over DoorDash.
Oh, there's your fucking problem.
He says he's done many times. When the food arrived, he opened up his burger, and there was no indication the order was fumbled. I just ate it.
Because the DoorDash guy accidentally ate his no cheese Big Mac and got the DoorDash guys his Big Mac.
When I got my food, I opened the burger, and it looked like it always did when I ordered it. I didn't see any cheese melting over the sides. Olson said...
I never thought of lifting up the bun.
Have you ever seen anything on a Big Mac outside of the bun?
Lettuce.
Because it
Lettuce.
pretty much the
Yeah.
bun envelops everything except in the pictures.
Except for the lettuce.
Yeah,
the
the
lettuce is all over the place.
Actually, I'm pretty impressed that everything was under the bun on this Big Mac. Because normally, when you get that, half the shit's missing this mark. Half the shit's hanging out because they slop the shit together all the fucking time.
You know what they should have done is that burger that's you flip together. What was that in the 80s?
The McDLT.
Yeah.
Keep the hot side hot and the cold side
You
cold.
wouldn't have this problem if that happened.
You're right.
Let's see here.
Until the landfills get overloaded with all that fucking containers from the
Fine.
McDLT.
Fine. I assumed. What happens when you assume, Jim?
You're an ass.
There you go. It was like every other time I had eaten there before. He quickly suffered a reaction that rapidly got worse. Quote, I was just frustrated that McDonald's got the wrong order wrong.
I was frustrated that I got oh my God, I'm fighting for my life.
But as my symptoms worsened, I started to worry and realize how bad it was. When I felt my throat close up and became difficult to breathe, I actually thought I might not make it.
Almost a sad day for this guy.
Yeah, how much had he been like smoking or drinking? Because you get to this next paragraph.
And, he's allergic and at home. You're telling me he doesn't have an EpiPen if he's this fucking...
Yep.
Olson and his girlfriend rushed to the hospital in an Uber.
Oh my God.
Because
DoorDash.
She got fucking DoorDash to the emergency room, this guy.
but they thought an ambulance might take too long. That's the whole purpose of an
The
ambulance.
whole point of an is one, they get there
Speed.
pretty fucking quick, and two,
The sirens make people move.
someone with medical training is there to take care of you
To be
immediately.
fair, the Uber guy did sleep at a Holiday Inn. He was fine.
He had a 5-star rating.
Yeah, I can't wait for fucking Uber ambulance to pop up.
Are you sure that Uber driver wasn't the same DoorDash driver who just delivered his food?
Yeah, he just
And then
switched the light off.
switch to the app. It's like, oh shit, I'm here already.
Oh, I gotta get rid of this cheese.
Uber wait is 1 minute.
He kicked that McDonald's box that he's ate that Big Mac under the seat.
Did you have McDonald's too? Yeah, they didn't put any cheese on mine.
I didn't get any cheese on mine.
Fucking McDonald's, they forgot my cheese.
Fuck my order up.
You're right. McDonald's does suck.
They thought an ambulance might take too long. About a dozen doctors and nurses surrounded him, and he was given a cocktail. A cocktail of ephedrine,
Nope.
Benadryl,
Epinephrine.
Benadryl, and steroids that kicked in before he needed to be intubated.
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 The best part is the order that he got was from McDonald's that has since closed, his legal team said.
Way to go. This guy got... Think about those jobs that he just...
Can't sue us now. That location is closed.
They are not loving this.
McDonald's declined to comment when reached about the lawsuit. Olsen's girlfriend, Alexandra Di Benedetto,
Dre De Matteo.
told the Post that the ordeal was terrifying.
Di Benedetto.
Having to watch him struggle the way he did was absolutely awful. It just kept getting scarier as the reaction progressed. It's never easy to watch anyone you love in pain, let alone struggle for their life. I was awake all night terrified just watching him, making sure he was okay.
Is she a co-plaintiff for PTSD?
I'm sure she is. She was eating She did stop and get some fries, though. She was like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, did they stop at the drive-thru on the way to the...
Make sure you say no cheese.
Can you have that guy, before he Ubers us, can you have him Uber Eats us some McDonald's?
Fuck McDonald's, go to Golden Panda.
Golden Panda?
Oh, based on what he does now.
Oh, okay. On top of cautiously sticking with the bland burger from the Golden Arches now, Olsen also avoids restaurants that might serve a lot of cheese.
No fucking shit. You're allergic, you idiot.
Well, I guess we're not going to House of Cheese tonight.
How fucking
I
dumb
guess
is
we're not going to the melting pot for fondue.
That's not cheese, is it?
A fondue date.
He mostly goes to Asian eateries. There you go, Blake. He said
So
because they don't use
infuriating.
much cheese or dairy. I hope my story raises awareness about how serious food allergies are. Something needs to be done.
Yes, look at your food before you eat it. And if you have serious, get an EpiPen.
Brian, we're going to be catered by Long John Silver's next week.
Oh, if it's fried, that's fine.
I'll just
I
eat
can
the batter.
fry, I can
Just give
fry
me
the
batter.
shrimp and the
No, the fish.
Yeah, just give me the batter. Shit's good.
Something needs to be done to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone
Yeah,
else.
don't be a fucking idiot.
Employees need to be better trained. Restaurants can do better. Restaurants owe it to their customers to do better.
No.
His lawyer, Hori Lang, stressed restaurants need to be better listeners to their customers, warning food allergies are a life or death issue. Thank goodness Charles survived. Lang, who specializes in food allergy litigation, said,
Oh, that guy might be the worst guy on the planet.
this traumatic event could have been a terrible tragedy.
No.
Well, he
This
wasn't
is-
up for a Worsley
this-
Award. I would
this
have
is
told you that.
Bullshit that this guy puts it on the restaurant because he did. I guarantee he didn't say anything in that order like I'm allergic to cheese, no cheese. Like,
And if you're really that allergic, then you pay attention.
yes,
You don't DoorDash all your food.
No, because they don't look at the order. I'm skilled at arguing with DoorDash,
Except for when they eat your fries.
and I am
on the way driving to your house.
my account has been flagged now. Anytime I have a complaint, I get sent to a special department. I swear to God, every
Maybe
time.
you should stop using DoorDash.
You know that we said that today, but putting this on.
Where's my Chick-fil-A?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm the asshole because I ordered lunch for myself today, and everybody else apparently wanted Chick-fil-A today. Fuck me, right? Sorry,
I feel like a lot of things are going on with Brian right now.
this guy has literally broken my brain because I am this person. I have this allergy, and you know what? I make sure when I go to these places that serve the things that I'm allergic to, I tell them ahead of time, hey, just to let you know, I have a shellfish allergy, so that they know what they're doing, and they make, most of the places take the time to not cross-contaminate things and not try to kill you.
Let me ask you
He
this.
said no cheese.
Into the fucking app. If you're putting your life in the hands of an app, fuck you. You're an idiot.
Speaking from experience,
Quote unquote, at night,
yes.
DoorDash.
And speaking from experience, we've learned from apps that, Jimmy John's is not very good at apps. So, yeah, McDonald's is not much better.
Right. I do have a
Still
guilty.
angry somebody ate my sandwich.
Who would eat 30 bag lunches?
That damn Sasquatch.
I do have a guilty confession.
Yes.
This kind of reminds me.
You
Brian,
ate my sandwich at
Brian,
the expo?
Brian has DoorDash problems, food deliveries. I do like going to the Taco Bell near my house because I've discovered it's usually at night for dinner,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get. And I've learned I don't like opening the bag up through the drive-thru because I always get the number 6, the 2 Gorditos and the taco.
I thought you were saying you just walk in, you take, I've got a DoorDash, and just take whatever
through
orders
the
up and
drive-thru.
leave.
I go order number 6, the 2 Gorditos and a taco. And I've learned never to open the bag up until I get home because I think they're stoned in there half the time. And then I will get
Half
home.
the time?
I will get home, and I'll open up my bag and I'll have like 6 Dorito tacos. Or I'll get in there and I'll have 2 tacos and 1 Gordito.
So you literally
Or
have a
something-
mystery box of food like we do at the
Literally,
Comic Expo.
yes, literally. And I enjoy it. I get
And it's
I
about
get
the
a-
same price.
I get a guilty pleasure out of it because I like to be surprised. Sometimes what really irritates me though is when I get less food than what I should.
You know what really
one taco,
surprised
one
me?
Gordito would happen one time.
If I went to Taco Bell and they gave me good food.
I am shocked that you eat Taco Bell.
So
Oh yeah, man, Taco the Bell.
on Thursday, somebody we worked with thought it was a good idea to go pick up food from Taco Bell. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. But it shows up, and Herschel's like, here, I got you a taco. I'm like, okay, I'll eat it. I was in the bathroom 3 times in the next 3 hours.
Taco?
One taco. And like Herschel's looking at me like I'm an idiot. I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom again. Then he tells me the next day, he goes, oh, I got home and then it hit me.
I mean, he hasn't lived this long for a reason. Like, he's gotten to where he's at,
Probably because of Taco Bell and building up his immunity.
And no, that's the first time he's had Taco Bell.
Oh well, then that
Ever?
too.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm never again.
No, you should not eat that.
He was also pissed off.
Did he say YOLO, at least?
No. He was also pissed off on how small and like tiny these tacos were.
Oh, yeah.
Taco flavor kisses.
How much are tacos now? Are they still like 79 cents?
No, they're over $1.
$1.09, man.
They're like comic books. They keep going up in price.
They're like everything.
Right. I remember when it used to be 39 cents.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, when Taco Bell was neon pink
This,
and blue.
I'm so mad at this story.
Hey, Brian,
I'm mad at that lawyer.
you should go up to DoorDash and just order like Red Lobster or something like that. You'll be fine, right?
How would you like me to go up to DoorDash?
Let me ask you this.
Maybe you should try Uber Eats next time.
Yeah, that's it.
is this
DoorDash
DoorDash?
Red Lobster and say no shellfish.
Now do Uber Eats and tell them to wait 5 minutes. You may get an Uber trip to the hospital.
Can you ask Dr. Dana what's quicker, an ambulance or an Uber drive?
All right, so let's keep going. So when I found out about my
Shellfish?
deathly allergy, I was at a wedding that
You
I was
almost ruined that
I was
wedding.
I was a groomsman for at a pretty fancy hotel in Cleveland.
Okay. Is that an oxymoron?
Yeah, nice for Cleveland.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice for Cleveland.
Sheraton, okay.
Yeah, it was a Holiday Inn.
Okay.
Anyway.
Express.
It was not. Expresses, I don't think, were quite around at that point. Or they were like only in the big major cities. They hadn't made it to
Cleveland?
to regional areas. Like, New York, Boston, those kind of places. Anyway,
Long story short.
yeah, long story long. At the wedding, eat the...
He needs his own fucking music for this shit.
Yeah, I do. Tonight I do. You're back.
I'll put
and
it on in there, man.
you're back. And
Story
for some
time with
reason,
Brian.
Yeah. Eat the crab cake. Tastes great. Get
It was a phenomenal crab cake.
great crab cake, great fillet. 30 minutes later, I'm like rushing off the elevator, trying not to vomit all over myself and all over my tux. Call Erica. Hey, this is happening. She's like, okay, cool. They call me a cab. the concierge at the hotel is like, you're going to get, the hospital is this far away. you're going to get there quicker if I put you in this cab and send you. So I personally have been this person in a taxi cab on my way to the hospital in the middle of one of these things.
Okay.
Because all the ambulances are out dealing with gunshots in Cleveland.
Correct.
You went to the really nice
I
hospital.
went to the very worst hospital, probably, that had a guard booth in the center that you checked in that was bulletproof glass. Like with a guy in a police officer's uniform was like, "What's wrong?"
I'm dying.
His face is bright red, swollen.
I'm literally, and like you had to like fill out like on a piece of paper like what's wrong with you, and
To go to the emergency room?
yeah,
Yep.
He wasn't in an
because
ambulance.
I wasn't in an ambulance. Like typically that those go in the side and you don't have to wait in the lobby. But anyway, so I've been this person.
They took you back pretty fast.
Oh well, once a nurse actually like walked by and then like saw me, like literally the doors opened and similar to this, like surrounded by people, like because they have just people like hanging out.
Did they yell at you? Did you have cheese? Did you eat cheese from Big Macs?
Did you get cheese delivered to you?
Did you do House of Cheese?
See, Jim, you just have to do it right. When Jim goes to the emergency room, they let him sit in the waiting room for 4 hours.
No, it was 8 hours.
8 hours, and it's not even busy.
They threatened to kick me out because I took my fist and pounded on the chair next to me because my jaw was dislocated for 8 hours and the muscles were kind of cramping up and it was hurting. And the security guy came out and said, "If you don't calm down, we're going to ask you to leave." I wish they would have because I would have had a nice lawsuit.
You probably should have still had a lawsuit, just threatening to kick you
As
out.
I was sitting underneath a little sign, like a little word that said they don't turn like anybody away.
Sure. They might not get to you in any kind of fashion, but they can't say no to you.
Even better when my friends called my mom after sitting there for 7 hours. They called her house, and my mom went to nursing school there. So she came up and she came in through the nurses' entrance and walked through the emergency room. They had no patients.
Oh my gosh! When was this?
In
college?
This was right after college. This was 98.
Okay.
Did you see? Are you sure?
Oh, no, it was January 1st.
January 1st of 99?
99.
Did you go to a hospital or was it a pet hospital?
It was a hospital.
Okay, just making sure.
So then Mom said, "Come on, we're leaving." We went to a different hospital, and I was in and out in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
The show's going a little long here.
No,
When you
it's
go
not.
off the air, let me know what hospital that was for future reference.
I will.
We'll
It took me to Christ, and the emergency room at Christ was awesome.
we'll skip box office news. We'll go straight to top 5 this week. Jeff, you got some top 5 music?
Dune Part 2 was number 1. Bob Marley, One Love was number 2. Ordinary Angels was number 3. Madam Web was number 4. And The Chosen Season 4, episodes 7 through 8 was number 5. Kung Fu Panda opens this week.
And Imaginary and Raymond's Big Movie.
Okay. Top 5, Jeff. Give me some top 5 music.
Oh. I'm not prepared since I was ready to do something else.
Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite supporting comedic actors. So,
It's comedic?
yeah.
Oh, fuck, I missed that part.
Oh, good thing.
Make your own list.
Brian, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Jeff Daniels.
I forgot about him. That's a good one. That's a good one. Jim?
I hope he'd my number 5.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Alan Covert, Peter Dante, Steve Logren.
Where are they from?
Almost every Adam Sandler film that was ever been made.
I got you.
Sidebar: I didn't realize that Dante and Sandler they no longer are on speaking terms.
Yes,
I did not know that until just recently when I saw videos of him, and he looks awful.
Yeah.
My number 5 was John C. Reilly.
I don't know if he's so great as a sidekick in comedy movies. He's just a great sidekick
In general?
No, in auto racing movies.
Oh.
Or
Baseball movies. Or
yeah,
Number 5.
the problem was he as a sidekick, he's better than the guy he was kicking.
Number 5.
Holmes and Watson. My number 5, I'm going to go with Vivian Vance,
Who's that?
Lucille Ball's sidekick.
Oh, okay.
In all the Lucy show, Vivian was her.
I got you. Number 5, Blake.
I didn't see the comedic part because I was distracted eating my
Wings?
sriracha honey.
He was distracted watching
Wings.
Drea Mateo videos.
Yeah, that's like $15 a month, and researching
So what did you write down?
foot pictures. So I was like, just supporting actors, not lead role guys.
That's fine.
Or ladies.
What's your
So
number 5?
I started with Joe Pantoliano.
Okay.
Joey Pants.
Joey Pants. He's got a long history going back to the old Risky Business where he's the little pimp.
Yep.
All the way up through The Sopranos and Memento and all that other shit, man.
The Matrix.
Yeah. And TV shows, tons of them.
Yeah.
Never the lead, but he's always one of the supporters.
And he was right in The Matrix. I think he was the hero of that movie.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Was it back to me?
Yeah, it's-
Number 4 was Toni Collette.
Oh.
She is in lots of stuff, not
Yeah.
as a lead, and just a very good job.
I see dead people.
Yeah, that too.
Number 4.
Remember, she was in a thing of a lead. When I first saw her, was in Clock Watchers, I think.
I'm unaware of
Movie.
that one.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me, I have Bob Denver.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dobie Gillis himself.
No, he was Maynard G. Krebs, the sidekick to Dobie Gillis.
My number 4 was Betty White. She was always great in a lot of those shows. Even Lake Placid, she was funny in.
I don't know that.
That was the giant alligator.
Well, I know that. Oh, man. She was terrible in Bringing Down the House.
Stop it. We don't talk about that movie.
Oh, Betty White couldn't
Stop it.
save that
Stop it.
movie.
Number 4 for you, Jim?
I'm going to go with Jonah Hill. He was always better as a sidekick than the main character.
I'll definitely agree with that.
Number 4?
I will.
Fat Jonah Hill or skinny Jonah Hill?
Fat Jonah Hill.
There you go.
Much better fat.
Big hair Jonah Hill?
Yes.
Yes.
I will take a play off of that because I had Jay Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel's great.
Skinny J or Skinny J? Or
Danger
Skinnier?
himself.
My number 3, Bill Hader.
No problem with that. Number 3.
I don't care if you do.
I don't have a problem.
What did I do to you? I didn't give you cheese. Calm down. Man. We didn't even open up some of the peeps for you.
Actually, Jay Baruchel was my number 3.
Okay, put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
I thought maybe you'd change.
Now
My number 3 is Don Knotts. Love me a good Don Knotts film. Oh. And he was great in Andy Griffith.
Well, a film, usually when it's a Don Knotts film, he's the star.
It is
He's
true.
the lead.
Okay, well, I'm going with Andy Griffith's show.
Except
then.
for maybe the Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again, with Tim Conway.
Number 3?
But I really hated Don Knotts in Three's Company.
Three's Company.
He was pretty awful in that.
Yeah.
My number 3, I kind of have this Hobie here. Mm-hmm. My first thought was I went and picked Jason Lee. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? I'm his sidekick. Why can't he be my sidekick?
Boy Wonder, I'm all man, lady.
What's a Nubian?
But then he went ahead and became the lead, so then I took the sidekick for him was Ethan Suplee.
Oh, that's a good one.
It was Randy Hickey.
Randy Hickey was a great character.
He's turned into like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
hasn't he?
Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah, you would not recognize him today
Nope.
if you looked at an old photo.
Number 3 for you, Blake?
My serious supporting actor, number 3, Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
Great characters, all sides.
all quirky.
Yeah.
Yep, I like that.
stuff.
Just all Johnny Depp's sidekick.
Number 2, Blake?
Number 2, Christoph Waltz.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
That's a bingo.
Number 2, Jeff?
Number 2 for me, I picked Aubrey Plaza.
Like that.
Yeah.
My number 2 for me is Fred Willard.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome in any of the Christopher Guest films. He was good in Modern Family.
Any of the mockumentaries.
Yes, yes. How about you put a pipe in the dog's mouth?
Great in Fernwood Tonight.
I don't know what that is.
I'm dating myself on that one.
That was a funny
Put
show.
a hat and a pipe on him. Number 2, Jim?
Zach Galifianakis.
I was wondering if somebody had him. Number 2 for you, Brian?
Number 2 for me, I'm going to say John Candy.
Okay. Number 1?
Number 1 for me. There's several. Steve Carell. I mean, I know he's kind of morphed from supporting to main now, but
He still had good supporting, though.
yeah, I think I liked most of his supporting stuff more than I've liked his lead.
I love Lamp.
Do you love Lamp, or are you just saying you love?
I love Lamp.
Where'd you get that trident?
You killed a guy.
You might want to lay low for a while, find a safe house. Number 1, Jim?
I hope this. Mm-hmm. I am going to go with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Jay and Silent Bob.
It's good. My number 1, Larry Miller. I love me some Larry Miller.
You were looking at a picture of Larry Miller when you came up with the idea for this list, Stuart.
Yep, and he was my number 1 at that point, too. I was watching 10 Things I Hate About You a couple weeks ago. It was on, and I was like, God, put the belly suit on. Put the belly suit on. Number 1 for you, Jeff?
Number 1 for me, I picked David Spade.
He was honorable mention for me.
I think he...
Just outside.
When he does the sidekick roles or the supporting roles, I think he's really good there.
Yep.
When he tries to move up into more of a lead, maybe not so much.
Yep. Number 1?
All right, my number 1 in serious supporting actor, who was in some comedies, so it kind of fits. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He was definitely in comedies. Some not funny ones, too.
Let's see here. We did have some listener feedback before we get to honorable mentions. Dr. Number 1 had Dana Carvey, Chris Elliott, John Candy, Marty Feldman, and Martin Short.
Ooh, Marty Feldman. Forgot about Marty Feldman.
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott
is a good one.
is the sidekick guy. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good supporter.
How about Larry Bud Melman?
Forrest de Calvert or whatever his name was.
We had Mario Del Barrio. He had Fred Willard in Anything. Tom Arnold in True Lies. Honorable mention to Bill Paxton. Vince Vaughn in Swingers. Chris Tucker in Friday. And not Fifth Element, though.
No, definitely not the Fifth Element.
And Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China. Why, Jim? Why is that a supporting role?
I don't know.
You disagreed with him, and then
I did.
He goes, "That's the whole joke. Jack Burton's character is out of his element the whole time and struggling to keep up. He's the main character, but not really. He even gets knocked out for a good portion of the final battle, which Jim wrote, change approved." So, there you go. There's our top 5 this week.
Any honorable mentions?
I had Paul Rudd.
As did I.
I really did from the early 2000s. I like Sean William Scott. I like him in a lot of stuff.
Stifler.
Yeah, but in the Rundown,
Role Models is
Yep,
one of my favorite comedies.
I really like him.
I have Brian's ex-boyfriend, Nick Swartzen.
Nick Swartzen.
Oh yes,
yeah, that guy. Remind me off air. To share some. I may have already done it. I don't know. Some Twitter DMs that I have with him.
Yes,
it's quite entertaining. I'm holding on to those for when he actually gets famous.
Not kicked off stage.
I mean, he is kind of famous, but
not famous enough.
Not enough for me to ruin what he's got going now because he's doing so well for himself.
Getting too drunk and high to even.
Yeah, drinking too much and taking too many edibles and then flying to high altitude areas. They don't mix, apparently.
Who does that?
That's not funny for some people.
Bad idea number 512. Not checking if there's cheese on your burger when you're allergic to cheese.
Or not checking for any
Uber.
allergens.
That's good. That's a good call, too.
Not checking your food for allergens when you have serious allergies.
I like that. Titles for the show?
I have.
I didn't have anything written down.
This guy has broken my brain. I have It's the Left Ball. And Sad Day for Him.
Sad day for him.
I had wheelies on to Cincinnati. Let me tell you about Vegas, just so we could get somebody complaining. When are you going to talk about Vegas? The Biggest Peep. Let's see here. I also had Story Time with Brian.
Ooh.
So, Brian?
Jeff.
I had nothing.
Whoa.
I didn't write anything down.
I wrote. Let's see. What did I write down? The Booper. I also had Sad Day for Him. I had Inutated. And I don't want to go with the foot people.
I guess it's a sad day for him.
Sad day for him.
It is a sad day. Or story time with Brian.
Finish your peep, Jason.
I will.
Yeah, Blake, you got to eat your green peep.
No.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening to me. Apparently, I spoke far too much.
You did not
I was
speak
out of
far
my
too-
element.
You did not speak far too much.
The green peep was probably the best one.
Yeah, Blake, the green's the best. I saved the best for
Brian.
you.
Well, somebody spoke far too much. I barely got to read the movies this week. Gee.
Yeah, that was
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.